Hello friends, welcome to Java Beyond. In this video, we will understand what Agentic AI is and why every Java developer needs to know this right now. Most Java developers are using AI wrong. They open ChatGPT, ask a question, copy the answer, paste it into their code. That's it. That's the whole workflow. And look, that's useful, but that is not even close to what AI can actually do for you as a developer. What if your Java application could think through a problem step by step, decide on its own what actions to take, call real APIs, read files, search the web, and deliver a final result, all without you writing a single if-else statement for it? That is what Agentic AI is. And in this series, you are going to build exactly that, in Java, from scratch. Welcome. By the end of this video, you will understand what an AI agent actually is, why it is different from a regular chatbot, and why Java developers specifically are sitting on a massive opportunity right now. Look at the two cards on screen. On the left, what most developers do today. Ask ChatGPT, copy the answer, paste it into code. On the right, what is actually possible. An application that thinks, decides, acts, and delivers results completely on its own. That gap is what this series is about. Let's close it. First, let's make sure we are on the same page about large language models, LLMs. An LLM is a model trained on a massive amount of text. When you send it a message, it predicts the most likely next word, then the next, until it forms a complete response. That is it. It is a very powerful autocomplete. You send a prompt in, it goes through the LLM, you get text out. One turn, done. That is the diagram you are looking at right now. This is how ChatGPT works at its core. This is how Claude works. This is how all of these tools work at their most basic level. Now, this is already useful, but look at the red box at the bottom. That is the limitation. An LLM on its own cannot take actions in the real world. It cannot call your database, it cannot send an email, it cannot run your Java code and check if it compiles. It can only generate text. This is exactly where agents come in. An AI agent is a system where the LLM is not just answering a question, it is deciding what to do next, taking an action, observing the result, and then deciding what to do after that. Think about the difference like this. A regular LLM is like asking a very smart friend for advice. You describe your problem, they give you an answer. You go do it yourself. An AI agent is like hiring that same smart friend as an employee. You give them a goal, they figure out the steps, make phone calls, send emails, do research, and come back to you with the finished result. The agent runs in a loop, and that loop has 4 stages. Look at the 4 cards on screen. Step 1 is perceive. The agent receives input. This could be your instruction, a file, a database result, or the output from a previous action. Step 2 is think. The LLM reasons about what to do. What is the goal? What do I know? What should I do next? Step 3 is act. The agent executes a tool. Maybe it calls a REST API, maybe it reads a file, maybe it runs a search query. These tools are defined by you, the developer. Step 4 is observe. The agent looks at the result of that action and feeds it back into step 1. This loop continues until the agent decides the task is complete. Simple concept, enormous power. Let me give you a real example so this clicks properly. Look at the goal on screen. You tell your agent, find me the top 3 Java frameworks released in the last year, summarize what each one does, and save the results to a file. A regular LLM would just give you a text answer from its training data, which might be outdated, and you still have to copy it somewhere yourself. Now, look at the 5 steps the agent takes. Step 1, it searches the web for recent Java frameworks. Step 2, it reads the top results. Step 3, it summarizes each one. Step 4, it writes the summary to a file on your system. Step 5, it tells you it is done and where the file is saved. You gave it 1 instruction. It executed 5 steps autonomously. And here is the key insight at the bottom of the screen. You did not write logic for any of those steps. You did not write, if search the web, then do this. The LLM decided those steps on its own. You only defined the tools it was allowed to use. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds great, but why Java? Is not Python the language of AI? Yes, Python dominates AI research, but here is the thing. Most production software in the world runs on Java. Banking systems, e-commerce platforms, enterprise applications, healthcare systems. Look at the three cards on screen. First, production at scale. The Java virtual machine processes more business transactions every day than any other runtime on the planet. Second, the ecosystem is ready. LangChain 4j is a mature framework for building Java AI agents. Spring AI brings agentic capabilities directly into Spring Boot. The tools are here right now. Third, career opportunity. Java developers who learn to build agents now are going to be the most valuable engineers in their organizations over the next 3 years. The timing is right, the tools are ready, the opportunity is massive. Here is exactly what this series covers. 3 phases. Phase 1 is foundation. We start with your first LLM API call from a Java class, then tool calling, then building a complete React agent from scratch with no frameworks, then LangChain 4j. Phase 2 is depth. Memory, Spring AI, streaming responses, RAG, and multi-agent systems. Phase 3 is where everything comes together. Advanced patterns, a full capstone project, and the course launch. 1 video per week, 10 minutes each, no fluff. If that sounds good to you, hit subscribe right now. Every Sunday, a new episode drops. Miss one, and you will feel it, because each episode builds on the last. Episode 2 is already ready. We are going to write actual Java code and call an LLM API for the first time. You will have a working Java program talking to an AI by the end of the video. See you there.